Hello, everybody. My name is Stephanie Vargas. I am an academic success coach for college students, and I help them do well academically, so get good grades. It is August, and classes are going to start soon. If you are on the semester system, your classes probably start sometime in August 23rd, the last few weeks of August. If you are on the quarter system, you still have some time, probably September 23rd or the last week of September. But I want to spend this time preparing you mentally for your beginning of school, right? I want to give you the tools. I want to teach you something that is going to motivate you and sustain you in those moments of hard times, in those moments when you want to give up. And so, what I want to talk about is that the summer is a great time to reflect, to debrief, and to really hone down on the things that you need to change in order to be successful in the next semester. A lot of students do not do this. If you work with me, if you are my student, I do this constantly. I'm always asking my students, what went well? What didn't work this time? What are you going to do differently? What are the changes that need to happen in order for you to do well academically? Sometimes they're easy, sometimes we have blocks and we can't see them. And that's why it's so important to have a coach, to have a mentor, to have a colleague, somebody that is helping you through these things. But the most important thing that is going to motivate you to do well in college is your why. You need to really know what is your reason for going to college. What is your reason for majoring in this major? Or if you don't have a major, that's okay, but what is the reason behind being in class? Okay, when you have your hard why, that is going to sustain you, that is going to motivate you when you want to give up, when you're feeling frustrated, when you're feeling hopeless, when you're feeling like nothing is going right. Your hard why, your reason behind being at school is what is going to propel you forward. If your why is, I just want to make money, there's nothing wrong with making money. I love money. Money is a vehicle. Money does a lot of things for us, but it is not going to sustain you to the finish line. It is too much of a um surface level reason for why you want to go to college. Okay. So if that is your reason, that is completely fine. But I want you to ask yourself, well, what is it about money? Why do I want to do this? Okay. If you are interested in becoming a doctor or a nurse, or you want to be in the healthcare field, it is tough. You have to take organic chemistry. You got to take all these really tough courses. So I really want you to think about, what is your hard why? Maybe your why is because you your family, one of your family members had something, some surgery or something, and you were always at the hospital with them, and that experience was so impactful, and the doctor there was so nice and caring and super compassionate towards your family member. Or you saw that there was a need, you saw that that wasn't the case, and you wanted to fill that need. Maybe your why is that you want to be helpful to people. Maybe your why is you want to be the first one to graduate from your family. Maybe your why is because you want to show people that you were capable, that you could do it, that no matter what your background was, whether you had kids right early on, and now you're going back to school, no matter what the past said about you, you want to show that you can do it. Okay. Your why, you must have a hard why. Okay. For me, my hard why, I went to college. I'm from Los Angeles, and I went to college in Pennsylvania. And my hard why was because I wanted to prove that students from my neighborhood could go to college. I grew up in South LA and South Central, and there's always at the time a stigma of what it meant to be a young person in South LA. And I wanted to prove that, my environment didn't dictate my future, that I was going to persevere, that I was going to do this no matter what. And I also wanted to have an experience away from Los Angeles. I wanted to see the world. My mom was very strict with us, with me, especially as a girl, as a Latina woman. It was always, you can't go out, you can't do these things, right? Because of the dangers of things that might happen as a woman, right? As a Latinx woman. So I wanted to go out there and see the world. I had my hard why. Okay. And so in those moments when I failed exams, which I did, I failed exams. Okay. In those moments when I was crying, in those moments when I felt like my peers were doing so much better than me, in those moments where I would go to the professor and they weren't helpful, or I would go to the professor and I felt no connection to that person, or in those moments when I felt so alone, when I felt like I didn't belong, when I felt like, what am I doing here? When I would ask myself those questions, my why would be my foundation. My why was my anchor, was my foundation for going through those moments. And so that's what I want you to take out of this video, is that um, find what your why is, okay? And ask yourself why 5 times. So if your reason is because you want to be the first person in your family to graduate, ask yourself why. Why is that important? If you say, well, it's because I want to show that I can do this, then ask yourself why. 5 times. You have to know, it has to be deep, right? It can't be a surface level answer. That is what's going to make the difference between a successful student and a student that gives up. Because let me tell you, giving up is the easy thing to do. Okay, giving up is what is going to make us comfortable, right? Giving up is the easy way out, but that is not who you are. That is not what you want to do. Okay. What you want to do is graduate college, and you have to have that at the forefront when you are struggling. We all struggle through college. And if you believe that there are people that don't struggle, that is not the truth. Okay. Because every person that I work with struggles. Even if you, and trust me, when you go out to the real world, to your job, you're going to struggle there too. We all struggle. It is part of life, right? There is going to be some positive stuff. There are going to be some negative things. Okay. We went through a really tough year with the pandemic. That is a very negative thing. We all went through that. Okay. So there are some good stuff and there are some bad stuff that happen. That is just part of it. Okay. So when you know that struggling is part of the process, then you can anchor yourself to the why, right? Maybe you're struggling in your um, biochem class. Uh, remember what your why is, why it's so important for you to be there. Okay. Having your hard why is everything. And so these are some of the things that I teach my students during the summer, because during the school year, we're talking about practical things, right? Time managing, scheduling. But before you do that, you have to be mentally prepared. You have to be ready to face those things at a cognitive level. And so these are the things that I am teaching my students just on a daily basis. So, what is your why? Go ahead and comment below. What is your why? What is your reason behind the things that you do? What is the motivator? What is your why that is more compelling than giving up? Right? What is your reason? So I will see you on the next video. Bye, everyone.